Alright, welcome back to the second video after I've had my hair transplant in Turkey at Elithair. Turned out I had 4,000 grafts. It cost €3,200. They gave an extra 200 grafts for free. Anything up to 500 grafts extra that you might need, you get for free included in your original quotation. So I'm going to take you through everything from day 0 when I arrived in Turkey to the pre-transplant checks. They've got some good footage of actually having the transplant and the immediate aftercare. Hope you find it really insightful. Ask me any questions that you like in the comments. I'll check the comments frequently to answer any questions, and I hope you enjoy it. So first things first, this is a really nice place. It immediately made me feel like this is a professional and successful hair transplant clinic. I was greeted, they took my passport and things, and soon after they took me up for some pre-procedure bloods, scanned the donor area and recipient areas to look at the density of the hair, performed a scalp ultrasound so that they know how deep to go with the extraction and implantation. They did a Doppler ultrasound as well, just to make sure that I have healthy blood vessels to ensure healthy healing. So the start of day 2, god damn, I'm getting ready to get rid of this hairline. So the next step was to go and see the doctor who used the thirds method for the facial symmetry, drew on the lines for the front of where the hairs were needed the most, and had a look at the back for the at-risk areas and the areas where the hairs were most healthy. And they whipped all the hair off, and I gotta say at this point I was thinking, do I even need this? Should I just like shave it off? Because I really like this, it felt fantastic. I'd also love to know what that guy's doing. I know, like minus the blue lines, I don't think I look bad at all, to be honest. So the next bit, I met with one of the translators who went through the paperwork just to make sure that I knew all the risks and things of the procedure. And at this clinic there was an option for either having a deep sleep or sedation for the procedure. The most painful bit is having the injections in the donor area. So what they actually give you is they give you midazolam, propofol and ketamine IV. So the first 2.5 hours, I would say, the procedure, I was flying through a tunnel with flashing lights, didn't feel a thing, and I was having the best time of my life. So as you can probably guess, I was in absolutely no state to be taking any footage of the extraction, but this took about 3 hours, and my god, take a look at this picture. What an excellent job they did to take all these grafts out. Here you can just see me zooming in. What we're looking at here is each individual graft, and the white bit is the tissue that they've taken out that they're going to then implant into my recipient area. And goddamn, they even give me a kimono to wear. Awesome. Local anaesthetic in the recipient area, ready to go. We can see the team loading up the implanter pens with the extracted hair, which is on gauze on the back of the glove, and then they throw that to the person putting the hairs in one direction. There's a girl that's doing the direct hair implantation, or DHI. That makes the hole and implants the hair at the same time with the same device, and then she'll throw them back on the table in the opposite direction so that the guys know that it's empty, and then they can refill it. And here it is, meticulously and painstakingly placing the hairs in the places required for the highest densities and in the most natural looking way. And it might look a little bit gruesome here, but I honestly could not feel a single thing. This guy was great, kept me smiling, great energy. All in all, this section took about 4 hours to implant all the hairs. You can see from the progress that we've made so far, we're coming reasonably close to the end. Even managed to get the guy busting out some robot moves to keep me happy. I think coming towards the end of things now, they are just wanting to wash all the blood away to make sure that they know all the gaps and they can clearly see where the hairs have been placed, just in case anything needs a touch up. From the research that I've done and the results videos that I've seen, the hairline is really important to make sure that they spend some time getting the micro irregularity to give the natural look of the front hairline. This is the last thing that they did in the procedure, and I think they took the time to make sure that it was done right. Shortly after this little bit of bleeding from the scalp, I did start to feel a little bit of pain, especially in this area right here at the front in the centre, which you can see here I was pretty keen to notify her of. They were quite quick to give me a little bit more local anaesthetic and make sure I was comfortable. After that, I didn't feel a thing. Finishing touches here just to make sure that all the hairs are, especially on the hairline, are in place and secure. And this final bit here is during the procedure they took some of my blood, centrifuged it to get platelet rich plasma, or PRP, and they inject that into the scalp just to help with the healing process. And this is it. First picture straight after the hair transplant. Bandage in there just to help with keeping the swelling intact, keeping the donor area protected and the swelling off my face. So this is how I slept the first night, just with the neck rest, just to keep my back of my head off the pillow. Nice little pout there for you as well. You're welcome. So night one's sleep really wasn't bad at all, to be honest. I thought it was going to be really uncomfortable. First thing in the morning, came back to the clinic. They took the bandaging off and took off some of the excess cream that they put on. I'm not quite sure what that was, but then when they applied the iodine to sort of sterilise the area and protect it from infection, that did give me a little bit of a burn, I'm not gonna lie. So a couple of days after the transplant here, and I gotta say I did have some fun with the swelling. I'm not sorry for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer or the Klingon look here. The aftercare regime started from day 2 after the transplant, which was to delicately apply the lotion, which I got from Elithair, to the recipient area, and then apply it to the donor area, and you keep that on for 30 minutes, and that just allows it to absorb into the scalp, make sure that everything's well nourished. For the rinsing process, I used a cut water spray I got from Elithair, and then I used a lengthened piece of kitchen roll to dab over the area to dry, and then for the back just allowed slow flowing water to trickle off the hand onto the back of the head to rinse. Elithair supplied a foam shampoo, so no water required, which again was applied over the donor area and the recipient areas for 5 minutes, and then just rinse them off again, similar method as before. The initial little cocktail of tablets I was taking was paracetamol, which is Minocet. They gave me some doxycycline to help with infection, some low-dose prednisolone, which is a steroid, and then I was taking some additional supplements of iron, biotin and finasteride 1 mg. A little bit of a close-up here of the crusting. You can see how different it is from the previous, where it was a little bit more moist. Here it's healing and looking dry. Day 4 is where I had the most swelling. Honestly, I didn't really recognise myself, and at this point I was frequently massaging my forehead to help with the swelling. It's a good thing that my Face ID on my iPhone still recognised me. So not much really changed between day 4 and 10. Then I started to massage the scabs in a gentle circular motion, which was quite hard to capture exactly them coming off because it was so slow and progressive. And really when the hair started showing through, this was the first glimpse of really what my hair is going to look like in the next 6 to 12 months or more. So I could see exactly where the hairs were going to be and how many there were. There was absolutely no way I was going to leave those little tufts of hair that were shaved off at the clinic, and I missed them already. So here I think are the best pictures to show what the hair will look like, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the progress and the new hairline, where I previously had nothing at all. Sadly, I'm part of the 95% of people that have the ugly duckling phase. which you can see has started here. And this is where I'm at currently. But here's to patience, and I'll just have to wait for 3 months time-ish before the follicles get into their full new growth phase, and hopefully I'll start to see some results like I had in these last few pictures. Thanks very much for being here at the end of the video. I hope you've really gained some useful insight into my journey so far. If you have any questions at all about anything that you've seen, or you want some more information about my process that I've been through, leave a comment below. Also make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon so that you can make sure that you don't miss any of my future content. I'll be uploading videos every month. Make sure that you're tuned in so that you can follow my progress. Thanks a lot guys, I'll catch you in the next one.